Number 1. 1964 Ford Galaxy convertible, offered at $29,500 and currently located in Landrum, South Carolina. This 1964 Ford Galaxy convertible represents one of the most enjoyable configurations of Ford's full-size lineup from the mid-1960s, combining classic American styling with open-top cruising and V8 power. The Galaxy was designed to deliver comfort, presence, and smooth highway performance, and in convertible form it becomes an even more desirable classic for weekend drives and car shows. Finished in red with a matching red interior, this example carries a bold and unified color scheme that perfectly matches the dramatic styling of 1960s American convertibles. Even today, the Galaxy's long body lines, wide stance, and chrome detailing give it a strong road presence that stands out wherever it goes. Under the hood sits a 289 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. This combination offers a balanced mix of reliability and relaxed performance, making the car easy to drive while still delivering the classic V8 experience that enthusiasts appreciate. The 289 is well known for its durability and smooth power delivery, making it a popular choice in Ford's mid-1960s lineup. This Galaxy is also equipped with power steering and power disc brakes, both of which significantly improve drivability compared to factory specifications from the era. These upgrades make the car more comfortable and confident to drive in modern traffic conditions, especially for a large full-size convertible. One of the standout features is the power-operated convertible top, allowing the driver to transition easily between open-air cruising and closed comfort. This feature adds to the car's versatility and makes it especially appealing for leisure driving in good weather. The vehicle rides on American racing wheels, which give it a slightly more modern and sporty appearance while still complementing its classic design. The seller notes that the car has had an older repaint that still presents well, suggesting that while it is not a recent restoration, it remains visually attractive and ready to enjoy. Described as a solid and dependable cruiser, this Galaxy focuses more on usability than perfection. It is presented as a driver-quality classic rather than a fully restored showpiece, which often appeals to buyers who want to actually enjoy their cars on the road instead of keeping them stored away. With approximately 100,000 miles, this convertible reflects long-term use and continued enjoyment over the years. Vehicles like this often appeal to enthusiasts who value character and drivability over strict originality or concours-level restoration. Overall, this 1964 Ford Galaxy convertible offers a classic combination of V8 power, open-top cruising, and upgraded drivability features. With its 289 engine, power accessories, solid structure, and timeless red-on-red presentation, it stands as a fun and approachable American classic ready for weekend enjoyment and summer cruising. Number 2. 1965 Chevrolet Impala SS Sport Coupe, offered at $26,000 and currently located in Fort Mill, South Carolina. The 1965 Chevrolet Impala SS is one of the most iconic full-size muscle-era Chevrolets ever produced, combining elegant mid-1960s styling with true performance credentials. As part of the Super Sport SS lineup, this model represents Chevrolet's push to blend luxury, comfort, and V8 power into a single, highly desirable package. Even today, the 1965 Impala SS remains one of the most sought-after classics thanks to its clean design, strong drivetrains, and cultural significance. Finished in mist blue with a matching blue interior, this Impala SS carries a factory-correct color combination that perfectly reflects its era. The sport coupe body style enhances its appeal with long, flowing lines and a pillarless hardtop design that gives it a sleek, open appearance. In the mid-1960s, this type of styling represented the height of American automotive design, and it continues to attract collectors and enthusiasts today. Under the hood sits a 327 cubic inch V8 engine rated at approximately 300 horsepower. This engine is widely regarded as one of Chevrolet's most balanced small block designs, offering strong performance, smooth operation, and excellent reliability. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, this Impala SS delivers a far more engaging driving experience compared to the typical automatic-equipped full-size cars of its time. The inclusion of a muslce M24 speed transmission further enhances its performance character. The muslce gearbox is one of the most respected manual transmissions of the muscle car era, known for its durability and precise shifting. This setup allows the driver to fully engage with the car's power band, making it much more than just a cruiser. Supporting the drivetrain is a 12-bolt rear end, another highly regarded Chevrolet component known for its strength and ability to handle increased power. The combination of a 327 V8, muslce 4-speed and 12-bolt rear axle gives this Impala SS a solid foundation that aligns with classic muscle car expectations. This example also includes factory air conditioning, a desirable comfort feature that adds usability without compromising its performance identity. In 1965, air conditioning was still considered a premium option, making its presence an added bonus for both comfort and originality. The seller notes that the car is a nice driver, with some paint flaws, which suggests it is not a fully restored show car but rather a well-maintained classic intended for regular enjoyment. This type of condition is often preferred by enthusiasts who want to drive their cars without the concern of preserving a flawless, high-dollar restoration. The car currently rides on 14-inch Kragar wheels, a popular period-style aftermarket choice that fits the muscle car aesthetic well. The original hubcaps are also included, giving the next owner the option to return the car to a more factory-original appearance if desired. This flexibility is often appreciated in the classic car community, where originality and customization both hold value depending on the owner's goals. One notable detail is the seller's inclusion of both the current Mr. Gasket inline shifter and the original shifter, offering another layer of originality preservation. These details indicate that the car has been modified in a reversible way, allowing future owners to choose between performance-oriented driving or factory-style restoration. The Impala SS itself holds a special place in Chevrolet history. The mid-1960s SS models were part of the golden era of American muscle cars, where manufacturers were experimenting with larger engines, improved transmissions, and more aggressive styling. The 1965 model year in particular is often praised for its refined design updates and strong performance options. At $26,000, this example sits in a competitive but reasonable range for a manual transmission SS with a 327 V8, especially one that retains factory air conditioning and strong mechanical components. Its appeal lies in its drivability, authenticity, and balance between originality and usability. Overall, this 1965 Chevrolet Impala SS Sport Coupe is a well-equipped and enjoyable classic muscle-era cruiser. With its mist blue factory color combination, 327 V8 engine, muslce 4-speed manual transmission, 12-bolt rear end, and factory air conditioning, it delivers a strong mix of performance, comfort, and vintage character. While it shows some cosmetic imperfections, it remains a highly desirable driver quality example of one of Chevrolet's most iconic full-size performance cars. Number 3. 1963 Ford Falcon Futura, offered at $26,500 and currently located in Anderson, South Carolina. This 1963 Ford Falcon Futura is a fully restored early 1960s compact classic that blends vintage American simplicity with carefully selected modern performance upgrades. Originally designed as Ford's lightweight economy car, the Falcon has become a popular platform for restomods because of its simple body design, compact proportions, and strong adaptability for upgraded drivetrains and suspension systems. Finished in a clean white exterior with a black interior, this Falcon presents a sharp and timeless color combination that enhances its classic proportions. The restored paintwork gives the car a fresh, clean appearance, while the interior upgrades provide a more comfortable and refined driving environment compared to its original factory configuration. Under the hood, the vehicle has been upgraded with a rebuilt 302 cubic inch V8 engine featuring a roller cam setup. This is a significant performance improvement over the original factory power plants the Falcon would have been equipped with in 1963. The 302 V8 is known for its reliability, strong aftermarket support, and balanced performance characteristics, making it an ideal choice for a restomod build focused on drivability and fun. Power is delivered through an AOD 4-speed automatic transmission, which adds overdrive capability for improved highway cruising. This modernized drivetrain setup allows the car to maintain lower engine RPM at higher speeds, improving both fuel efficiency and long-distance comfort compared to the original transmission options available in the 1960s. The rear end has been upgraded with an 8-inch posi traction setup paired with 3.55 gears, providing improved traction and better acceleration performance. This configuration is well suited for a street-driven classic, offering a balance between quick takeoff and comfortable highway cruising. One of the most significant improvements to this Falcon is the Mustang 2 rack and pinion front suspension conversion. This upgrade dramatically improves steering precision, handling response, and overall driving feel compared to the original suspension system. Combined with disc brakes, the car now offers modernized stopping power and improved road control, making it far more capable in today's driving conditions. Additional structural enhancements include subframe connectors, which help stiffen the chassis and reduce flex. This is particularly important in older unibody vehicles like the Falcon, especially when upgraded with a more powerful V8 engine. The result is a more stable and predictable driving experience, especially during acceleration and cornering. The interior has also received extensive attention. New bucket seat covers, fresh carpeting, and full Dynamat sound deadening have been installed throughout the cabin. These upgrades significantly improve comfort by reducing road noise and vibration, while also giving the interior a more refined and updated feel without losing its classic character. Modern convenience has also been added in the form of a vintage air climate control system, providing both heating and air conditioning. This is a major quality of life upgrade for a classic car, making it much more enjoyable to drive in a variety of weather conditions and extending its usability beyond fair weather cruising. Other important mechanical updates include a new fuel tank, new brake lines, new fuel lines, and brand new tires. These foundational upgrades are essential in a restored vehicle, ensuring reliability, safety, and long-term usability rather than just cosmetic appeal. According to the listing, the vehicle has undergone a complete restoration and has only been driven approximately 1,000 miles since completion. This suggests that the car is still in the early stages of its post-restoration life, where components are freshly installed and overall condition is close to show quality. Driving a 1963 Ford Falcon Futura Restomod like this offers a very different experience compared to a stock classic. The combination of the 302 V8 engine, modern suspension, upgraded steering, and improved braking system transforms the car into a much more responsive and enjoyable driver. It retains the nostalgic feel of a 1960s compact Ford but adds the comfort, reliability, and performance characteristics expected from a modernized classic. The Falcon's smaller size and lightweight construction make it particularly engaging to drive, especially with the upgraded drivetrain and suspension components. It feels nimble, responsive, and far more capable than its original factory configuration, making it ideal for both weekend cruising and spirited driving. Overall, this 1963 Ford Falcon Futura represents a well-executed Restomod that successfully blends classic 1960s styling with modern performance and comfort upgrades. With its rebuilt 302 V8 overdrive transmission, disc brakes, upgraded suspension, reinforced chassis, and fully refreshed interior, it stands out as a highly usable and enjoyable classic that can be driven regularly while still retaining its vintage character and appeal. Number 4, 1963 Pontiac Catalina convertible, offered at $12,000 and currently located in Gastonia, North Carolina. The early 1960s were a defining era for Pontiac, a time when style, performance, and bold design choices came together to create some of the most memorable American cars ever built. The Catalina was Pontiac's full-size cruiser, and in convertible form, it became a symbol of open-air freedom and classic American road culture. This 1963 Pontiac Catalina convertible is presented as a running and driving project, sitting at roughly 80% completion according to the seller. Unlike many project cars that are stalled or non-operational, this one has already crossed the important threshold of being roadworthy, allowing the next owner to enjoy it immediately while continuing the finishing work. Power comes from a rebuilt 350 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission sourced from a 1976 Chevrolet Malibu. While not original to the car, this drivetrain swap provides a more modern and readily serviceable powertrain that helps improve reliability and drivability. The addition of headers and an upgraded exhaust system further enhances the engine's performance character and sound. One of the standout features of this build is its focus on usability. The seller notes that the suspension has been fully rebuilt, which is a significant upgrade for a classic convertible of this age. A refreshed suspension system improves ride quality, handling stability, and overall driving confidence, especially in a full-size body style like the Catalina. Visually, the car makes a strong impression thanks to its black exterior paired with a red interior. This color combination is a classic American pairing that emphasizes contrast and drama, especially in a convertible format where the open-top design showcases the interior prominently. The vehicle also rides on 22-inch US mag wheels with newer tires, giving it a more modern and customized stance. While this deviates from factory originality, it adds a bold visual presence and reflects the personalized direction of the build. Inside, the car features a number of custom upgrades including a retro-style audio system, upgraded speakers, custom door panels, and a center console modification. These enhancements blend modern convenience with vintage styling cues, making the cabin more enjoyable for everyday cruising while still maintaining a classic aesthetic. The convertible top system is described as functional, with the top itself in good condition. It currently operates manually due to a hydraulic issue involving a stripped hose connector, which is a relatively common mechanical concern in older convertible systems. Once repaired, the power top functionality could be fully restored. Like many ongoing restoration projects, the car does require some additional attention. The seller notes rust spots in the quarter panels and a trunk pan that will need replacement. These are important structural areas that often require repair in classic convertibles, and addressing them would be a key step in completing the build properly. What makes this Catalina particularly appealing is its balance between completion and potential. It is not a fully finished show car, but it is also far from a non-running project. It sits in that middle ground where a buyer can immediately enjoy the vehicle while gradually improving it over time. At $12,000 with a clean title in hand, this 1963 Pontiac Catalina convertible represents an accessible entry into classic full-size convertible ownership. It offers a combination of rebuilt mechanical components, custom styling upgrades, and open-top driving enjoyment, all wrapped in one of Pontiac's most recognizable early 1960s designs. Overall, this Catalina is best described as a driver-focused classic project with strong bones and clear potential. For someone looking to enjoy a vintage American convertible now while continuing to refine and complete it, this Pontiac delivers exactly that opportunity. Number 5. 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle SS, offered at $72,000 and currently located in Bristow, Virginia. This is a highly desirable first-generation Chevelle Super Sport, widely regarded as one of the most iconic American muscle cars of the 1960s. The 1967 model year sits right in the heart of the classic muscle era, when Chevrolet was producing some of its most legendary performance machines. A true SS 138 VIN example immediately places this car in the authentic big block performance category, which significantly increases its collector value. Under the hood sits a 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet V8, one of the most powerful engines of its era and a cornerstone of GM's high-performance lineup. The 427 is known for its massive torque output, strong high-speed capability, and unmistakable muscle car character. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, this setup delivers a raw and engaging driving experience that defines classic American performance driving. Power is sent through a 12-bolt rear end, a highly respected GM heavy-duty axle commonly found in serious performance applications. This combination of engine, transmission, and rear differential forms a classic muscle car drivetrain known for durability and straight-line performance capability. The car is finished in a slick black exterior with a laser-straight body and rust-free floors, according to the seller. Black paint on a Chevelle SS is one of the most iconic and aggressive-looking combinations in the muscle car world, emphasizing the car's long hood, muscular stance, and clean body lines. The condition description suggests a high-quality restoration or extremely well-preserved build. Inside, the Chevelle features a red bucket seat interior with a center console, a classic and highly desirable color combination that strongly reflects the era's performance styling. Red interiors paired with black exteriors were a signature look for many GM performance cars of the late 1960s, enhancing the visual contrast and overall impact of the design. The listing also notes additional performance and usability upgrades, including power steering and power disc brakes. These features make the car significantly more manageable than original drum brake, manual steering configurations, especially given the power output of a 427 big block engine. While still an analog driving experience, these upgrades improve safety and drivability without compromising the classic feel. Other notable features include rally wheels with BF Goodrich radial T/A tires, a blinker attach, and a retro-style radio, all of which help balance period-correct appearance with usability. The inclusion of modern radial tires, in particular, improves road handling and comfort compared to original bias-ply setups. The seller describes the car as having everything working properly and running extremely well, suggesting it is a turnkey classic rather than a project vehicle. The reported mileage of approximately 10,500 miles is likely reflective of the build or restoration rather than total lifetime usage, which is common in restored or rebuilt classic muscle cars. From a driving perspective, a 1967 Chevelle SS with a 427 big block and 4-speed manual is a pure muscle car experience. It delivers aggressive acceleration, a deep exhaust note, and a direct mechanical connection between driver and machine. The lightweight chassis combined with high torque output makes it a strong straight-line performer, representative of Chevrolet's peak muscle car engineering era. At $72,000, this Chevelle is positioned in the higher tier of the classic muscle car market, but that pricing aligns with its specifications, condition, and desirability. Authentic SS models with big block engines, manual transmissions, and high-quality restorations are increasingly sought after by collectors, especially those configured in classic color combinations like black and red. Number 6. 1967 Ford Galaxie 500 convertible, offered at $20,900 and currently located in Morganton, North Carolina. This 1967 Ford Galaxie 500 convertible represents one of the later and more refined examples of Ford's full-size cruiser era, a time when comfort, size, and effortless V8 power defined the American driving experience. As a convertible, it adds an extra layer of enjoyment, turning an already classic full-size Ford into a true open-air cruiser built for relaxed highway driving and weekend enjoyment. Finished in blue, this Galaxie maintains a clean and traditional appearance that fits perfectly with its era. The long body lines, wide stance, and chrome detailing give it a strong road presence, while the convertible top enhances its visual appeal whether raised or lowered. Under the hood sits Ford's 390 cubic inch V8 engine, one of the most respected big block engines of its time. Known for its smooth torque delivery and dependable performance, the 390 provides plenty of power for effortless cruising. Paired with an automatic transmission, the driving experience is designed to be simple, comfortable, and relaxed, making it ideal for long scenic drives or casual weekend outings. According to the seller, the car is equipped with air conditioning, a highly desirable feature for a convertible of this era. This addition significantly improves comfort, especially during warmer weather, and makes the vehicle more practical for regular enjoyment. One of the most important highlights of this listing is its reported condition. The seller describes the car as a two-owner vehicle with approximately 99,000 actual miles and, most notably, rust-free. Rust-free examples of 1960s full-size convertibles are increasingly difficult to find, making this a particularly strong point in its favor. The car is also described as very nice and all original, suggesting that it has retained much of its factory character rather than being heavily modified or restored. This originality often appeals to collectors who value authenticity and historical preservation in classic vehicles. With its convertible design, this Galaxie offers the kind of open-air driving experience that defined American cruising culture in the 1960s and 1970s. Whether driven along scenic backroads or displayed at car shows, It carries a relaxed yet commanding presence that continues to attract attention. At approximately 99,200 miles, the vehicle reflects long-term use while still maintaining strong overall condition. Many enthusiasts appreciate cars like this because they represent real-world history rather than fully restored showroom pieces, offering a more genuine connection to their era. Overall, this 1967 Ford Galaxie 500 convertible stands as a well-preserved, rust-free example of Ford's full-size luxury cruising heritage. With its 390 V8 engine, air conditioning, two-owner history, and open-top design, it delivers a classic American driving experience that blends comfort, style, and timeless appeal. Number 7. 1966 Ford Thunderbird Coupe 2-Door, offered at $10,000 and currently located in Enon Valley, Pennsylvania. The 1966 Ford Thunderbird represents one of the most distinctive phases in Thunderbird history, when Ford shifted the model into a true personal luxury coupe rather than a traditional performance-focused car. By this generation, the Thunderbird had evolved into a refined, comfort-oriented grand touring machine designed for smooth highway driving, advanced features, and upscale styling. This particular example is finished in an off-white exterior with a black interior, a classic and elegant combination that fits the Thunderbird's luxury identity very well. Even with some cosmetic wear, the overall design still carries the long, sleek body lines and formal coupe styling that made the mid-1960s Thunderbirds so recognizable on American roads. Under the hood is Ford's 390 cubic-inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. The 390 is one of Ford's most respected big-block engines of the era, known for its strong torque delivery and smooth cruising power. In a large personal luxury coupe like the Thunderbird, it provides effortless acceleration and relaxed highway performance rather than aggressive muscle car behavior. One of the key highlights of this car is its extensive list of comfort and convenience features. The seller notes that it is loaded with options, including a telescoping and sliding steering wheel and factory air conditioning. These features were considered advanced for the time and were part of Ford's push to make the Thunderbird one of the most technologically refined personal cars of its era. The telescoping steering wheel, in particular, was a premium feature that allowed drivers to adjust steering wheel position for comfort, something that was not common in many vehicles of the 1960s. Combined with air conditioning, it reinforces the Thunderbird's identity as a luxury-oriented cruiser rather than a bare-bones performance machine. According to the seller, the vehicle was previously a Florida car and then stored in a garage for approximately 10 years. This type of history often suggests limited exposure to harsh weather conditions such as snow or road salt, which can help preserve the structural integrity of the vehicle over time. The seller also mentions that the underside of the car is, like new, which is a very positive sign for a classic of this age. Mechanically, the car is described as running and stopping well, indicating that it remains operational despite its long storage period. However, it is also noted that the vehicle will need some minor attention and cosmetic refreshment. Paint chips and surface marks are present, which is expected for a driver-quality classic rather than a fully restored show car. This combination of usability and age-related wear places the Thunderbird in the good driver category, meaning it is suitable for immediate enjoyment while also offering room for gradual improvement over time. The seller emphasizes that it needs a little TLC, but overall presents as a solid and usable vehicle. The 1966 Thunderbird holds an important place in Ford's lineup because it helped define the personal luxury car segment that would become increasingly popular in the late 1960s and 1970s. Unlike earlier Thunderbirds that leaned more towards sporty performance, this generation focused on comfort, styling, and premium features. At $10,000, this example sits in an accessible price range for a running V8 classic with desirable options and solid structural condition. While it does show cosmetic wear and higher mileage at approximately 121,000 miles, its mechanical usability and preserved underside make it an appealing entry-level classic Thunderbird. Overall, this 1966 Ford Thunderbird Coupe is a classic personal luxury car that combines a strong 390 V8 engine, automatic transmission, comfort-focused features like a telescoping steering wheel and air conditioning, and a solid mechanical foundation. Despite its cosmetic imperfections, it remains a functional and enjoyable vintage cruiser that reflects Ford's mid-1960s approach to style, comfort, and highway driving ease. Number 8. 1966 Dodge Charger, offered at $50,000 and currently located in Richmond, Kentucky. This 1966 Dodge Charger represents one of the earliest and most significant chapters in Dodge's muscle car history. Long before the Charger became widely known for its late 1960s fastback styling and high-performance reputation, the 1966 model introduced the nameplate as a full-size, upscale performance coupe built on Chrysler's midsize platform. Today, early Chargers like this have become highly desirable because they represent the foundation of one of America's most iconic muscle car lineages. Finished in blue, this Charger carries a strong vintage presence that reflects its mid-1960s design philosophy. The body lines are long, clean, and formal, giving the car a more luxury-oriented profile compared to later, more aggressive Charger generations. Even in its early form, however, the car still carries a performance identity that separates it from standard full-size cruisers of the era. Under the hood sits a 361 cubic inch V8 engine, a solid big block power plant from Chrysler's B-Series engine family. The 361 is known for its strong torque output and smooth, dependable power delivery, making it well-suited for a large coupe like the Charger. While not as famous as the later 383 or 440 engines, the 361 still provides plenty of classic American V8 character, especially in a lightweight early muscle platform like this. Power is delivered through a 4-speed manual transmission, which is a particularly desirable feature for enthusiasts. A manual gearbox in a mid-1960s full-size performance car adds a much more engaging driving experience, giving the driver full control over the engine's power band. This combination of a big block V8 and 4-speed manual setup is exactly what many classic Mopar enthusiasts look for when seeking an authentic driving experience from the muscle car era. Driving a 1966 Charger with this configuration is a very mechanical and immersive experience. The clutch engagement, long gear throws, and raw engine response create a direct connection between driver and machine that modern cars simply do not replicate. It is not about refinement or comfort in the modern sense, but about engagement, sound, and the feeling of controlling a large displacement V8 through open-road cruising or spirited driving. As one of the earliest Chargers, the 1966 model also holds special historical significance. It was introduced during a period when American manufacturers were beginning to fully embrace performance styling in larger vehicles. The Charger name would later evolve into a much more aggressive and performance-focused design, but this early version laid the groundwork for that legacy. As a result, early Chargers are often appreciated by collectors who value historical importance as much as raw performance. The listing is relatively brief, but the key components are clear. A 361 big block V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. That alone places this car in a more desirable category among early Mopar enthusiasts, especially compared to automatic-equipped versions that were more common at the time. At a price point of $50,000, this Charger is positioned in the stronger segment of the classic muscle car market, reflecting both its early model rarity and its manual transmission configuration. Early Chargers in solid condition are becoming increasingly harder to find, especially those that retain traditional big block power and manual gear control. Overall, this 1966 Dodge Charger stands out as an important early example of Mopar performance heritage. With its 361 V8 engine, 4-speed manual transmission, and classic mid-1960s styling, it delivers a raw and authentic driving experience rooted in the early muscle car era. It is a car that appeals not only for its performance potential, but also for its historical role in shaping one of the most legendary nameplates in American automotive history. Number 9. 1965 Oldsmobile F85, offered at $16,000 and currently located in Durham, North Carolina. The Oldsmobile F85 represents one of those underrated classics that often flies under the radar compared to more famous muscle and pony cars of the 1960s. While it may not carry the same level of recognition as a GTO or Chevelle, it plays an important role in American automotive history as a compact, well-built car that balanced style, comfort, and everyday drivability. This 1965 example highlights exactly why these cars deserve more attention today. Finished in a striking turquoise exterior with a matching turquoise interior, this F85 carries a bold and cohesive color scheme that perfectly reflects mid-1960s design trends. During this era, manufacturers were not afraid to experiment with vibrant colors, and Oldsmobile was particularly known for producing stylish, upscale-looking interiors that stood out from the competition. According to the seller, this vehicle has been restored and maintained by a father and son team, which adds a personal touch to its history. Cars that have been cared for in this way often benefit from consistent attention rather than sporadic or purely commercial restoration work. It also suggests a level of pride in ownership that tends to reflect positively on the vehicle's overall condition. On the road, the F85 is described as driving exceptionally well. It is said to go down the road straight, turn properly, and brake like new, which is a strong statement for a classic car of this age. Many vintage vehicles suffer from vague steering or inconsistent braking, so having a car that feels tight and predictable adds significant value to the driving experience. The engine is noted to be surprisingly strong, which is in line with Oldsmobile's reputation during the 1960s for producing smooth and capable V8 power plants. While specific engine details are not heavily emphasized in the listing, the overall performance impression is clearly positive, focusing on drivability rather than outright horsepower figures. Inside, the cabin is highlighted as one of the strongest aspects of the vehicle. The turquoise interior is described as being in excellent condition, creating a visually striking and period-correct environment. In many classic cars, interior condition can make or break the ownership experience, and this F85 appears to excel in that area. The seller emphasizes that there are no noticeable clunks, rattles, or mechanical issues during operation, which further reinforces the impression that this is a well-sorted driver-quality classic rather than a restoration project or partially completed build. That level of refinement is especially appealing in older vehicles, where loose suspension components and worn bushings are common issues. With approximately 87,670 miles reported, the car sits in a reasonable range for a vintage vehicle that has likely seen regular use over its lifetime. What matters more in this case is not just mileage, but how the car currently performs, and the listing strongly suggests it remains mechanically sound and enjoyable to drive. At $16,000, this 1965 Oldsmobile F85 presents itself as a strong value proposition in the classic car market. It offers a combination of restored condition, standout color combination, solid mechanical performance, and a reputation for being a pleasant and reliable driver. Overall, this F85 represents the kind of classic that appeals to enthusiasts who prioritize driving enjoyment over pure collector status. It may not be the most famous Oldsmobile of its era, but it delivers exactly what many classic car owners are looking for: a smooth, stylish, and dependable vintage cruiser that can be enjoyed on the road without hesitation. Number 10, 1970 Ford Galaxie XL Convertible, offered at $24,950 and currently located in Fort Valley, Georgia. This is a full-size American convertible from the final years of the Galaxie nameplate's true prominence, representing the era when Ford's large luxury cruisers were still built with bold styling, V8 power, and an emphasis on open-air comfort. The 1970 Galaxie XL convertible stands out as one of the last expressions of Ford's traditional full-size convertible lineup before shifting market trends eventually phased out many large drop-top sedans. Under the hood sits a 390 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. The 390 is one of Ford's most respected big block engines, known for its strong torque output, smooth power delivery, and dependable cruising performance. In a large convertible like the Galaxie XL, it provides effortless acceleration and the kind of relaxed highway power that defines classic American touring cars. This example is equipped with power steering and power brakes, both of which significantly improve drivability in a vehicle of this size and era. Full-size convertibles from this period are heavy machines, and these factory power assists make them much easier to handle in modern traffic while preserving the original driving character. According to the seller, the car has received recent mechanical attention, including a brand new carburetor, brake booster, spark plugs, and ignition wires. These updates suggest that the vehicle has been freshly serviced and made road-ready, reducing the immediate maintenance burden for a potential buyer and improving overall reliability. Visually, the car presents a striking combination of black exterior paint with a white interior, one of the most classic and high-contrast color schemes in vintage American luxury design. This pairing enhances the Galaxy's long, flowing body lines and emphasizes its presence as a full-size convertible built for cruising and comfort. The interior is described as featuring bucket seats and a console-mounted shifter, which adds a sportier and more performance-oriented feel compared to traditional bench seat configurations. This setup reflects the Galaxy XL's positioning as a more upscale and slightly more performance-focused version of Ford's full-size lineup. The seller also emphasizes that the car is a no-rust example, which is one of the most important factors in classic car value and longevity. Rust-free full-size convertibles from this era are increasingly rare, especially in complete and drivable condition, making this a significant selling point. Driving a 1970 Galaxy XL convertible is a distinctly relaxed and comfortable experience. The suspension is tuned for smooth cruising rather than handling precision, and the large V8 delivers steady, low-stress power. With the top down, the car becomes more about atmosphere and experience than performance, offering open-air driving in a true classic American Land Cruiser. The XL trim adds a touch of sport-inspired styling to the Galaxy lineup, but it still remains firmly rooted in the full-size luxury cruiser category. It bridges the gap between comfort-focused sedans and early muscle-era performance styling, making it appealing to a wide range of classic car enthusiasts. At $24,950, this Galaxy XL convertible sits in a reasonable range for a rust-free, V8-powered, fully drivable classic convertible with strong visual appeal. Full-size convertibles from this era continue to attract buyers who value style, presence, and open-top cruising more than raw performance or modern efficiency. In the end, this 1970 Ford Galaxy XL convertible represents the final chapter of Ford's classic full-size convertible era. With its 390 V8 engine, power accessories, refreshed mechanical components, striking black and white color combination, and rust-free body, it stands as a well-preserved and visually impressive example of American cruising culture at the end of the muscle car decade. Number 11, 1973 Ford Mustang Mach-1, offered at $42,500 and currently located in Aner, South Carolina. This 1973 Ford Mustang Mach-1 is not just a classic muscle car, it is a fully customized, professionally built restomod that blends vintage Mustang styling with modern performance engineering and show-quality craftsmanship. Built by Hunt's Auto Restoration in Florence, Alabama, and featuring engine work from Competition Head Services in Mobile, Alabama, this Mach-1 represents a high-end interpretation of the early 1970s performance icon. Finished in a custom sonic blue base coat with House of Collar clear coat, the exterior immediately stands out with a deep, reflective finish that enhances the aggressive lines of the 1973 Mustang body. The car also features a number of custom exterior modifications, including 1966 Pontiac GTO taillights, 1965 Mustang reverse lights, 2001 points cruiser marker lights, and a 2004 Mustang GT rear spoiler. These blended design elements give the car a unique, one-off appearance that sets it apart from factory-original Mach-1 models. Under the hood lies a Cleveland Cobra jet-based engine, bored and stroked to 406 cubic inches. This high-performance setup is paired with Australian Cleveland heads, an Edelbrock performance intake, Sanderson ceramic headers, and an MSD ProBillet distributor. The result is a significantly upgraded powerplant designed for strong performance, reliability, and aggressive street driving capability. Power is routed through AC6 automatic transmission equipped with a Fairbanks Performance P2 shift kit, improving shift firmness and response. At the rear, a Curry 9-inch differential with Detroit Locker TrueTrack and 3.50 gearing ensures strong traction and durable performance under load, making the car both powerful and mechanically robust. Stopping power is handled by a 4-wheel SSBC disc brake system, a critical upgrade that brings modern braking performance to this high-horsepower build. Combined with the drivetrain upgrades, this makes the Mach-1 far more capable than its original factory configuration. The suspension and interior have also been heavily modified for performance and comfort. The car features a custom fabricated dash with odometer gauges, vintage air climate control, a flaming river steering column, and a custom waterfall steering wheel. A custom center console with locker shifter and electronic parking brake adds both function and modern usability. Inside, 1999 Mustang seats provide improved comfort and support, while Phipps classic door handles and lighting components integrate vintage styling cues into the modernized cabin. The overall interior design reflects a careful balance between classic Mustang identity and updated driving convenience. Additional features include shaved door handles and trunk key with remote poppers, an 18-inch boss wheel setup, a car cover, seat covers, and a show board documenting the vehicle's build. The extensive receipts and paperwork further highlight the level of investment and documentation behind this project. With approximately 3,100 miles since completion, this Mach-1 has been lightly driven and primarily showcased, suggesting it remains in excellent condition and has been preserved as a high-end build rather than a daily driver. What makes this 1973 Ford Mustang Mach-1 especially notable is its combination of show-quality aesthetics and serious performance engineering. It is not a stock restoration, but rather a fully reimagined classic built to modern standards while maintaining its muscle car identity. Overall, this Mach-1 stands as a custom-built restomod that delivers a unique blend of 1970s Mustang heritage, modern performance upgrades, and show-level presentation. With its stroked 406 Cleveland engine, extensive fabrication work, and high-end components, it represents a top-tier example of a modified American muscle car designed for both cruising and exhibition. Number 12. 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint, offered at $30,000 and currently located in Doe Run, Georgia. The 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint is one of the more performance-focused versions of Ford's compact Falcon lineup, offering a lighter, more agile alternative to the larger muscle cars of its era. While the Falcon originally began as a simple economy car, the Sprint package introduced a sportier identity that helped bridge the gap between everyday transportation and early American performance machines. Finished in a gold exterior with a black interior, this example carries a classic and slightly upscale color combination that gives it a strong visual presence. The Falcon's compact proportions combined with its clean mid-1960s design language create a timeless look that continues to appeal to enthusiasts who appreciate simpler, lighter classic cars. Under the hood, this Falcon Sprint is equipped with a 289 cubic inch V8 engine paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. This combination is a key part of what made the Sprint model special. The 289 V8 is widely respected for its reliability, responsiveness, and strong performance potential, especially in a lightweight chassis like the Falcon. Paired with a manual transmission, it delivers a more engaging and connected driving experience compared to automatic-equipped cruisers of the same era. The inclusion of a 4-speed manual gearbox adds to the car's performance character, allowing the driver to take full advantage of the 289's power band. This setup reflects the growing influence of sporty compact cars during the mid-1960s, a time when manufacturers were beginning to experiment with smaller platforms that could still deliver exciting driving dynamics. One of the most important upgrades mentioned in the listing is the addition of new front disc brakes. This is a significant improvement over the original drum brake systems commonly found on vehicles from this era. Disc brakes provide better stopping power, improved heat dissipation, and more consistent braking performance, making the car safer and more enjoyable to drive in modern conditions. The car is also equipped with new BF Goodrich tires size 215/70/14, which contribute to improved road grip and overall driving stability. While tire size and specification may seem like a small detail, they play an important role in how a classic vehicle feels on the road, especially one with a lighter chassis and performance-oriented engine. The seller describes the car as showroom-ready, suggesting that it has been restored or maintained to a high visual standard. While specific restoration details are not provided, this description typically indicates that the vehicle presents well both mechanically and cosmetically, making it suitable for shows, weekend cruising, or collector ownership. The Falcon Sprint itself holds an interesting place in Ford's history. It served as one of the early stepping stones toward more serious compact performance cars, helping to establish the idea that smaller vehicles could still offer strong V8 performance and driving enjoyment. This concept would later influence models like the Mustang, which borrowed heavily from the Falcon platform. Inside, the black interior complements the gold exterior with a classic and understated contrast. Falcon interiors of this era were generally simple and functional, but the Sprint models often included sportier trim elements that enhanced their visual appeal and driver-focused feel. The cabin layout emphasizes straightforward controls and an uncluttered design, reinforcing the car's lightweight, performance-oriented nature. At $30,000, this Falcon Sprint is positioned as a premium example within the compact classic market. Its value is supported by the combination of a 289 V8 engine, 4-speed manual transmission, upgraded disc brakes, new tires, and a presentation described as showroom-ready. These factors suggest a vehicle that has been carefully maintained or restored for both driving enjoyment and visual appeal. Overall, this 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint is a well-presented compact classic that blends early muscle-era performance with lightweight handling and simple mechanical design. With its 289 V8, manual transmission, upgraded braking system, and clean aesthetic presentation, it offers a strong example of Ford's early performance evolution in a smaller, more agile package that helped shape the future of American muscle cars. Number 13, 1964 Oldsmobile Cutlass Convertible, listed at $1, make offer, and currently located in Washington, Pennsylvania. This 1964 Oldsmobile Cutlass Convertible is a classic early 1960s American open-top cruiser that represents the transition period when compact performance and everyday usability began merging into what would later become the muscle car era. Finished in gold, this Cutlass carries the clean and elegant proportions typical of Oldsmobile's mid-1960s design language, with a long hood, simple body lines, and a relaxed, upscale character that made it appealing to a wide range of buyers at the time. As a convertible model, this Cutlass offers one of the most enjoyable versions of the platform. Open-air driving was a major part of American automotive culture during the 1960s, and cars like this were designed to deliver a comfortable cruising experience rather than aggressive performance. Even today, that relaxed, top-down driving feel remains one of the biggest attractions of vintage convertibles. Under the hood sits Oldsmobile's high-output 330 cubic-inch V8 engine. This engine was part of Oldsmobile's push toward performance-oriented power plants in the early 1960s, offering a strong balance of reliability and spirited driving characteristics. While not a high-displacement big block, the 330 V8 still delivers smooth torque and respectable power for a lightweight convertible of this era, making it well-suited for casual cruising and weekend enjoyment. Power is delivered through a Powerglide automatic transmission, a simple and durable 2-speed gearbox commonly used in GM vehicles during this period. While not designed for performance shifting or rapid acceleration, the Powerglide is known for its smooth and dependable operation, reinforcing the Cutlass's identity as an easy-to-drive cruiser rather than a performance-focused muscle car. According to the seller, the vehicle runs and drives anywhere, which is an important indicator of usability for a classic car of this age. Many vehicles from the 1960s require significant restoration before they can be safely driven, but this Cutlass appears to be mechanically functional and road-ready, making it a strong candidate for someone who wants to enjoy a vintage convertible immediately. The listing also states that the car has been repainted once but retains its original engine, suggesting a mix of preservation and light restoration work over its lifetime. Maintaining the original engine is often a positive factor for collectors and enthusiasts, as it helps preserve the authenticity and historical integrity of the vehicle. One of the most notable claims in the description is that the car has no rust underneath. If accurate, this is a significant advantage, as structural rust is one of the most common and serious issues affecting classic cars from this era. A clean underbody suggests that the vehicle has either been well cared for, stored in favorable conditions, or both. The seller describes it as a cool car and a very nice quality driver, emphasizing its usability rather than show car perfection. This positions the Cutlass as an approachable classic, one that can be driven and enjoyed without the immediate need for full restoration. The simplicity of the listing also reflects the straightforward nature of the car itself. There are no mentions of extensive modifications or modern upgrades, which suggests that this Cutlass remains relatively close to its original configuration. For many enthusiasts, that simplicity is part of the appeal, as it preserves the authentic driving experience of a 1960s American convertible. Driving a 1964 Oldsmobile Cutlass convertible is all about relaxed enjoyment. The combination of the 330 V8 automatic transmission and open-top design creates a smooth, easygoing driving experience focused on comfort and style rather than speed or precision handling. It is the kind of car built for sunny weekend drives, cruising along open roads, and enjoying the classic feel of mid-century American motoring. Overall, this 1964 Oldsmobile Cutlass convertible stands out as an accessible and enjoyable entry into classic American convertible ownership. With its original engine, running condition, no-rust underbody claim, and open-top configuration, it offers strong appeal as a driver-quality classic. While it may not be a high-performance or fully restored showpiece, it delivers exactly what many enthusiasts look for: vintage style, open-air cruising, and a direct connection to the golden era of American automotive design. Number 14. 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS, offered at $85,000 and currently located in Purcellville, Virginia. The early 1960s Chevrolet Impala SS stands as one of the most iconic names in American automotive history, representing the moment when style, performance, and engineering came together to define the muscle car era before it truly exploded. This 1962 Impala SS takes that legacy and elevates it into something far more modern and performance-focused while still retaining its classic identity. Finished in blue exterior paint with a matching blue interior, this Impala SS carries the clean, flowing design language that made the early 1960s Chevrolet full-size cars so memorable. The long body lines, subtle chrome accents, and balanced proportions give it a timeless presence that continues to attract attention more than 60 years after its original release. Under the hood lies the true centerpiece of this build, a custom all-aluminum 409 cubic inch V8 engine built by Lammer Walden Automotive. Producing an impressive 593.9 horsepower, this engine transforms the Impala from a classic cruiser into a serious high-performance machine. The 409 name already carries historical significance in Chevrolet performance culture, and this modernized version pushes that legacy even further with significantly upgraded output and engineering precision. Power is delivered through a 4-speed manual transmission, maintaining an authentic and engaging driving experience that connects the driver directly to the car's performance. In a vehicle of this caliber, the manual gearbox adds an additional layer of involvement that complements the high-output engine perfectly. Beyond its performance upgrades, this Impala SS is also equipped with a long list of desirable comfort and convenience features. These include power steering, power brakes, power windows, remote trunk release, rear window defogger, and factory air conditioning. Together, these features make the car significantly more usable in modern driving conditions while preserving its classic character. One of the most notable aspects of this vehicle is its recognition in automotive media. It was featured in the August 2006 issue of Chevy World magazine, highlighting its significance and quality within the classic Chevrolet community. Cars that have been documented or featured in publications often carry additional interest among collectors due to their established provenance. With approximately 14,471 miles reported, the car appears to have been lightly used, especially considering the extensive performance modifications it has undergone. While mileage in classic cars can sometimes reflect usage since restoration or rebuild, the overall condition described in the listing suggests a well-maintained and carefully preserved example. The combination of factory SS heritage, modern high-performance engine build, and extensive convenience features positions this Impala in a unique category. It is not a purely original restoration, nor is it a simple restomod. It sits in a space where classic styling meets serious performance engineering. At $85,000, this 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS reflects its high-end build quality, custom engine work, and documented recognition in the classic car community. It is clearly aimed at serious enthusiasts who value both originality of design and modern performance capability. Overall, this Impala SS represents a fusion of heritage and engineering evolution. It retains the unmistakable styling of one of Chevrolet's most important early 1960s models while delivering performance numbers that far exceed anything the original factory could have offered. For collectors and enthusiasts seeking a standout classic with both history and power, this example stands as a truly impressive build. Number 15. 1963 1/2 Ford Galaxie XL 500, offered between $1,000 and $2,000 and currently located in Manheim, Pennsylvania. This is a heavily worn example of a mid-1960s Ford full-size performance cruiser, and unlike the cleaner Survivor or restored Galaxies, this one is being sold strictly as a parts car or full restoration shell. The 1963 1/2 Galaxie XL 500 sits in an important place in Ford history, representing the early wave of performance-oriented full-size cars, but this particular example is now far removed from road-ready condition. The seller is very direct about its status. This car will need everything if someone intends to bring it back to life. It has significant rust throughout the body, no interior, and is missing both the engine and transmission. That immediately places it in the lowest tier of classic car usability, essentially a bare shell project or donor platform rather than a functional vehicle. Despite its condition, there are still a few remaining highlights that give it limited value. The exterior moldings are reportedly intact and in good condition, although they will require polishing and restoration. For classic Ford restorations, trim pieces and moldings can be surprisingly difficult to source, so having a full set present does add some small level of value for parts recovery or restoration reference. The car is also being sold with Maryland registration and plates, which may help simplify documentation transfer depending on the buyer's intent and local regulations. Even in non-running condition, having some form of paperwork can occasionally be useful for title recovery or parts identification. From a historical perspective, the 1963 1/2 Galaxie XL 500 is part of the same lineage that produced Ford's early high-performance full-size cars, including models equipped with powerful V8 engines like the 390 and 427 variants. These vehicles were known for their size, straight-line performance capability, and role in Ford's push into NASCAR dominance during the early 1960s. However, this example no longer retains any of its mechanical identity. Visually, a rusted, stripped shell like this offers little of the original design presence that made the Galaxie famous. The once bold proportions, chrome detailing and long fastback roofline are now overshadowed by corrosion and disassembly. What remains is primarily a structural platform rather than a complete automotive experience. For potential buyers, this type of listing typically appeals to three groups: hardcore restoration builders willing to source everything from scratch, collectors seeking rare trim or body panels, or individuals needing a donor shell for a more complete project. In most cases, the cost of rebuilding a car from this level of condition far exceeds the market value of a finished example. At a price range of $1,000 to $2,000, this Galaxie sits firmly in the starting point only category of classic car ownership. The real value is not in what it is today, but in what it might provide in parts or as a foundation for an extremely long-term restoration project. In the end, this 1963 1/2 Ford Galaxie XL 500 represents the most stripped-down form of a once-important American full-size performance car. While its historical significance as a model remains strong, this particular example survives today primarily as a rusted shell and parts donor, offering limited restoration potential but possible value for those seeking specific components or a very ambitious rebuild project.